Hello, welcome to the best chat on YouTube and possibly, well, I don't, I well, it's definitely not the best on Twitch, but we can claim it is. We can always claim, right? Right. So, I don't expect anybody to come in tonight, but hey, we'll see. I ain't doing a long stream. Hour tops, probably 30 minutes, cause I'm dead ass tired from working all day long. So I'm just throwing myself out there and seeing if somebody wants to come in and say hello. Cause I don't have the time for the BS tonight. We're gonna bring in the usual people. We're gonna chat the chat, and we're gonna do what we want. But I'm gonna wait till more people come in the chat, cause ain't no point talking to myself. So when someone pops in the chat, I will be talking again. So if you listen to this on the replay, you probably gonna have some silence, but that's all right. Just sing along with the words. Kyle in the building. Where the hell you been, sir? Then again, where the hell have I been? So I don't know. I haven't been on. I think that one stream last week, and I didn't do a stream for a while. So we need some people. You know, one of these days, my good friend Mr. Tiger Jet, who everybody loves his ass for some reason, will be getting broken up with apparently. Yeah, well, part of life. Sorry about that, man. It's part of life. Yeah, it happens. You date this girl, and the girl says, "Nah, I'm not interested. I'm gonna date someone else," and then 9 out of 10 times they go for your friend. You know, they'll go for your best friend. I hope that didn't happen in this situation, but you know, girls are icky. No, I'm just kidding. They don't. I don't think they know what they want half the time. But someone else gives her more attention and was. I can't. That damn dollar sign. I can't get rid of that on StreamYards. I wish StreamYards would pay me. Of course, it was your best friend. Probably your best friend. That's how it is. That's how it starts in life. That's how it starts. You do everything for these girls, and they hook up with your friend. And Senor, I need a beer, Senor. You come over to my house. You bring me some beer. In fact, bring some beer for Kyle. I know he's not 21, but damn it. Some girl just dumped his ass. He needs some beer. Although he lives in Canadian land, we're going to make a run. But you just drank 4. Well, goddamn. Shit. Maybe I should go to Canadian land and get me some free beer. I need me some beer, man. But hey, you want to hear one, Kyle? My friend Rob right there dated this girl, and she moved to Russia. She said, "Screw this, I'm going." She moved all the way to goddamn Russia. Left my friend high and dry. So, shit's expensive everywhere. It's this damn war. You know, I say nuke to some bitches and let's get this shit over with. You know, but send my ass over there and we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, Rob's one of my best friends. You know, he got deported to Mississippi last year. You know, but he's still kicking. We call him Senor. Well, he called me Senor, but you know. But yeah, we just doing whatever. I got some wine in the fridge, but it ain't mine. But I might, you know, I got to work in the morning, so I don't want to get shit faced. But I feel like getting shit faced. You work 11 hours a day, and you're just like mind fucked. So I know it was a joke. Yeah, my mom wants to relocate my ass to Hammond. I'm like, no, thank you. Nah, thank you. Walk to the store. Yeah, I just felt like going live. I'm tired. I got off about an hour and a half ago, and I'm burnt out. I'm tired. I gotta go back in the morning and do another 11 hours until I get a day off tomorrow. You know, you work 44 hours in a week every week. It's like, well, you get a little burnt out. I'd walk to a store. I just don't feel like walking. I'm too tired. Well, let's see. I'll tell you. Well, Rob don't know either. I'll tell you the resume. I got fired from Goodwill in December. I took a job right after that. I worked there until 2 weeks ago. And then I said, screw that shit. And then I got a better job, making more money, making more hours. And I've been doing that for about 2 weeks. But I'm trying to get this other job, which pays $17 an hour. And it's right down the street. So, you know, I kind of do what Nick does. Yeah, maybe I'll go to Kentucky and he can get me a job at the Toyota plant. Why not? I think he works for Toyota. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. These damn Japs are taking over the world. They're taking over us, but yeah, Kyle, come to the U.S. You know, shit, I'm the master. I'm the master at getting jobs. I've probably worked at 40 different fucking places. You know, I'm always trying to get an angle, but yeah, it's funny. I was supposed to get promoted, and they were talking about promoting me and everything, and they called me in the office, and they sit me down, and they say, yeah, we got something to... Okay, Kyle. But I'm talking to Rob, too, but yeah. But yeah, I was supposed to get promoted, and instead of getting promoted, they give me a pink slip, and I go, huh, that's interesting. And I'm like, didn't really get a reason, per se. They don't have to give you one. Louisiana's an at-will state, which is why I'm trying to get the fuck away. You know, I could move to Mississippi in the future. My dad lives in Mississippi, but probably not that far from you, Rob, because Pearlington's right down the road from Waveland. So, of course, you can't get to Pearlington by the fucking old bridge anymore because they blew that sucker up. You know. They took some TNT and went boom. And then it went, oh no, all are gone now. And where's the Twitter family? Where's all the tweeters at? Not Twitter. I keep saying Twitter. Let me rephrase that. Where's all the Twitchers at? Where's them people scratching their twitches? You know? But Kyle's going in the store. Kyle, grab me a 6-pack and some condoms. I'll make some water balloons. It's the only use I got for them nowadays. But he probably didn't hear that shit, right? I'm waiting for all these new people. I've been in all these new chats lately, and all these people adding me. So I'm waiting for them to pop in the chat. I got a 10-minute wait period if I don't know them. So but I don't expect any of them to pop in because a lot of them say they support you and they just subscribe to you, but they don't really watch anything. They go, "Oh, great content." They have no idea what the hell the content is. Someone left a message on one of my videos. Great content. And I sent them a message back. Did you watch the video? They said no. Oh, I said, Kyle, grab me a 6-pack and some condoms. I need to make some water balloons. We're gonna hum them water balloons at your ex. I don't know her, so wait. No, wait, she's not 18. I'll let you do it. Maybe she is 18. I don't know. Shit. We'll send Rob up there to Canadian land. He's got the what you call it, the ambassador rank. They can't screw with him. He can go to any country he wants, and they can't lay a finger on his ass. Ah. Hell yeah. Yeah, my birthday already passed. I gotta wait till next year. The older I get, the less people think about it. But I'm not aging it. I've made a decision. I'm not aging anymore. I'm done. I'm not adding any more years. I'm subtracting years. I'm going backwards for the next 25 years. That way I can get back to the ultimate age of, 17, 16? Actually, 17 was the worst year of my life. So I don't want to be 17 again. That was a terrible year for me. In fact, every year up to 17 was damn near shitty. I ain't had a good year yet. I ain't hell. Shit, I got fired right before Christmas. They tell you, yeah, any job that wants to promote you, they're full of shit. The last 3 times I said I was gonna get promoted, I got fired. So I'm just like, fire me. So I'm just hoping they fire me so I get a promotion now. 17. Well, there you go. It all goes downhill from here. It ain't. I wish I could say it gets better. I mean, maybe in Canadian land it does. I don't know Canadian rules. Maybe it's better up there. I don't know. But it's it might. I don't know. It very well might be. So, but anytime we got a problem, we send Senor in. I'll send him to Canadian land. He just got to get a passport. We'll send him up there. He's got diplomatic immunity. That's what it is. Yeah, they can't touch him. So we'll send him in there with I don't know, some eggs. Wait, no, they got eggs in Canada. What y'all don't have in Canada that we have here? I don't really know. I mean, I know Canada's got porn. They have eggs. Y'all probably have root beer. I get that. I don't know. That's a good question. What the hell would they have? What the hell do we have that y'all don't have? Y'all probably have more shit than us. But I have no idea. But yeah, I'll think of some ideas one of these days. I'm I'm about as far from Canadian land as you can get. Just about. Straight down. And probably to the side. I don't know. Rob moved a little over to the right. He was where I was. He moved a little over to the right. In crooked ways. And I'm 30 miles down the road. Ain't that far. Not even probably 30. You know. I joked that he got deported. We didn't deport him. He just relocated on a premise that he was supposed to become very, very rich. And then they told him you got to wait till you're very old. I don't know. Hey, but Kyle, my boss asked me today, she goes, you got any friends that need a job? And I said, not any in the States. I said, not any in this state. But, you know. Yeah. Canada is going to shit. Well, maybe President Trump should buy Canadian land like he said he was going to. And I wouldn't necessarily make it the 51st state because, no, I don't want it as a state. Canada should be its own country. Just put me in charge and we'll be all right. You know, just give me some of that free health care that you got to sit there for 6 years to 6 days. You know, Canada's got free health care. That's if you make it to the hospital room and they see you before you die. Yeah, I don't think Canada. That's when he ruffled some feathers there. I don't think we should buy Canada, or we should buy Canada probably. Just kind of let the country figure it out. Like, in other words, give it back to the people. You know, kick out the dictator, whoever his name is. 10 hours to see a doctor. Huh. That reminds me of when I got injured after Hurricane Katrina. All the town was all, we got flooded and all this shit. And I burnt my arm on a grill. This is a couple of weeks after Katrina. Probably a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I burnt my arm on a grill. And I had to sit in the ER for 17 and a half hours with my arm dripping. Wasn't dripping blood, it was dripping pus. Might as well been blood. If it would have been blood, I would have died. Because they only had one doctor. Because everybody evacuated for the storm. So they didn't have any, and the hospital was all full, so I had to go to the ER. And my wound wasn't serious enough. So they just, and I remember, I don't remember the day, but I can look it up because I remember the Saints were playing a home game in New York against the Giants because the Saints got dislocated from the Superdome because it flooded New Orleans and the roof got torn off. And so the Saints had to play all their games on the road. And it was a Monday night. I remember it was a Monday night because it was Monday Night Football and they were playing against Eli Manning. I think. This was 2005. It probably was Eli Manning. I know they were playing the Giants on Monday Night Football. And I can go back and look at that date. I do remember it's 2005 because that's when Katrina hit. August of 2005. So this was probably in September. Because that's when football season normally starts. And, But, I would just pick a number, go home and say, call me when the number's up. And then I'll come back. I'm not going to sit 10 hours in a, but and then they had curfew. So the curfew was 9 p.m. I'm in the hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then, of course, there wasn't nobody on the streets, but somebody would have stopped me. I would have been like, yeah, I just went to the damn hospital. Been sitting there since 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Or whatever time it was. I was in the hospital, I want to say, I don't know. I want to say it was like, it felt like 17 hours, but I want to say it was more like 12. Because it was like, I don't remember the exact time. It was probably closer to 12 hours. But circumstances like that, I should have just duct taped my fucking arm together and we would have been on my way. But really what I should have done was sued that son of a bitch who pushed me into the damn thing. You know, that bastard retired. And it took him 4.5 years to pay my medical bills. I had to threaten to sue his ass. Take all his millions of dollars. I would have took his goddamn Wendy's franchises. You know, but the guy's wife had the hots for me. And, you know. But the dude's son was a pain in the ass. And if I ever see him, I'm going to knock him on his ass. I told him that several times. I told him. I said, if I ever see you in the future, I'm going to knock you on your ass. And he's lucky I haven't run into him yet, because I know where he works, but I don't go there. But didn't like the little bastard. But hella Lego. Hella Lego. I'm thinking that's a misprint there. I don't know what hella Lego is. Unless you got a bum leg. Or that might be a new Lego thing. I don't know. Lego my ego. But, you know. Senor, I need a beer. I don't think Senor's here anymore. He fell asleep. That's okay. It's all good in the hood. I don't know if my co-host is going to come in tonight or not. He's probably taking a nap. I figured I would go about an hour, but I don't even know if I'm going that long. I'm just going to see people. People are in here that just ain't saying nothing. I got a lot of Lego. I know of Legos. I don't know I don't know the lingo of today's youth. And I certainly don't know how y'all speak in Canadian land. Airdrop a beer. You're going to have to throw it. You're going to have to find that city named New Orleans and just launch it. You know, you're going to have an arm. You're going to have to have an arm like Drew Brees back in the day and just throw that sumbitch. Or you can drop kick it. Drop kick it like Doug Flutie. Every Canadian knows Doug Flutie. I mean, he's a CFL legend. I mean, if it wasn't for Doug Flutie, CFL would have folded. I'm convinced of that. The NFL didn't want Doug Flutie. They sent him to Canada to rot. He said, "You know what? Hold my beer." And then he made Canada a legend. They went back to the United States, and they still treated him like shit. I would have been like, "No, let's go back to Canadian land where I can rule." Doug Flutie never buys a beer in Canada. They buy his own beer. But I want to say that Doug Flutie won 3 or 4 Grey Cups. Could be wrong. I know he won some coffee cups. Probably some beer. You know. I don't know what the hell an OG piece is. I know what Legos are. And they got those fake Legos that are called building logs. But other than that, I don't. Yeah, the 90s. Yeah, I can understand the 90s. That's my decade. I get that. I got I got shit from the 90s. My whole damn room's from the 90s practically. There's shit everywhere from the 90s. I got baseball cards older than you. Shit, I got my dad's records from the damn 70s. 8 tracks older than I got 8 tracks older than me. That predates my existence. So I got a few football cards going back to the 50s. Some baseball cards too. I know my oldest card I got is a 51 Bowman football. Baseball, I'm not sure. Basketball, my oldest card is like from 73 or 72. I don't have that much for there. Oh, yeah, Star Wars. Before they became associated with Disney. You know, Disney buys everything. Hey, Cat, how you doing? But, yeah, Star Wars. Disney buys everything and ruins it. Completely. But, we're going to start a GoFundMe for you, Kyle, so you can get water balloons. So you can hum them at your ex. Or whatever you'd like to do. But my idea is just water balloons because it's non-vicious. And, get people a little wet and they'll think twice about it. But it's all good fun. You get in wet too if you want. Yeah. A lot of things did become shitty. I don't know. But wait, we talking about a show now? Oh, we're talking about Star Wars still. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't understand the whole. They confused the shit out of me with the Star Wars. The first 3 movies became 4, 5, 6, and the last 3 movies became 1, 2, 3. And I watched all 6 movies, and the last 3 movies are supposed to come the prequel, and the prequel comes before the sequel, and what the fuck, and I don't know, and whoever invented Jar Jar Binks was high and should have been shot. That was the most annoying character in not Star Wars history. I'm pretty sure that's the most annoying character of all time. And in fact, they actually went out and edited him out when they did the update movies, when they re-digitalized everything. So that just shows you nobody cared about him. But yeah, I don't even I don't even stay up. I am dead ass sleeping. By the time Zanron comes on, he comes on 4 in the morning. I don't even wake up. I gotta go to work at 6, 7. So I'm dead ass sleeping. But got him in Lego. You may be the only person on planet Earth that likes Jar Jar Binks. It's like, Misa. I'm like, yeah, good Lord. Speak the goddamn English, please. I'm like, I don't understand what exactly he's supposed to be. But somebody was just smoking the marijuanas, and they decided, hey, I got a character. We're gonna make him look like a dog. In fact, I actually think somebody drew him high, thinking it was a dog. And that's what they came up with. And the dog's name was probably named Jar Jar. Come here, Jar Jar. Get over here. Go get me another beer. So, that's how, watching the first movie. Okay, to me, the first movie is the one in 77. It ain't the one made in 99, or was it made in 99? I don't know. I don't say that 1, 2, 3 is 4, 5, 6, and vice versa. You got the trilogy 77, 80, and 83. Star Wars, what the hell is it called? Empire Strikes Back, and then the other one. Luke banged his sister. I don't know. They were going for that. See, that's why you like Jar Jar. I'm telling you, you're smoking the shit. And it's like, I'm telling you, anybody. I'm not telling anybody what to like. Far from me to say anything about that, because I don't. People like what they like. But I'm telling you, nobody in their right mind, sober, would have made that Jar Jar Binks character. Nobody. They were on something. They had to be on something. Hell, probably George Lucas. I guarantee you George Lucas did. There's no way in hell he'd come up with that shit. No way. That was probably out of his hands. No way did he have any input. There's no way. I can't believe that he would have any input with that. You know? I think that's it. I should be smoking. I don't smoke and I don't drink. But I'm gonna sure do it. I ain't gonna smoke. I'm gonna sure drink. I need some beer. But like they say, smoking them if you got them. I think somebody said that once. I think it was Mark Shot. Smoking if you got it. Smoke them if you got them. They forced that woman out of baseball. They forced her out of baseball, and they tried to force George Steinbrenner out of the Yankees. They basically forced her out of baseball. But and she owned the Reds for years. I think she ran Cincinnati at some point. She's like, nope, I own Cincinnati. Hell with y'all. And they took away her baseball team and made up a bunch of shit about her. But that's what the media does. But I wasn't there, but you know, I can go back in time. You know, one of these days when I build my time machine, I'm going to go back in time and I'm going to prove myself right on a lot of these subjects, you know. It might be the Mandela effect playing tricks on my mind here, because I remember things sometimes that didn't happen and vice versa. I think some things did happen, and then I'm like, I know it happened, but it didn't happen. So that's what I'm looking at here. No, I had like 6, 8 people in chat. Nobody said a damn word, and all of a sudden it goes from 6 to 8 to 1 to 4 to 5 to 7. I don't know. I must get all these people. I've been in so many streams lately, and all these people add me. And I hate these grow streams are a bunch of crap. That's YouTube sabotage. What you got to do, Cat? Sometimes the chat lags. YouTube lags. So you hit the live button. It happens to me in streams. Sometimes I'll be listening to streams, and I'll be like 2 minutes behind, and I go, what the hell? Like, you know, the live button, you just hit it. And ain't nobody commented in 5 minutes. So I don't know. You know, 5, 6 years ago, I used to have 40 people in chat. I used to have the chat used to go by so fast you couldn't see it. And then all my supporters started passing away. Shit, if Murad was still around, I would have been monetized years ago. I actually was almost monetized twice, and I got screwed twice. So there probably isn't no third time. And, you know, Zanron knows Murad. Murad was a good guy. He, they used to shit on Murad. They used to troll him. They used to hack his channel, reset his followers down to nothing. And he would, in a week or so, 3-4 days, get a channel monetized. He'd just tell everybody, yeah, I got hacked again. I made a new channel. Come on, follow my new channel. Within a few days, he'd be back at 12, 13,000, 14,000 subscribers, be monetized. And I think he had more than that. I think at one point he had like 63,000. He was really, really popular. And he would bring all his people in my chat. He would have 150, 200 people in his chat. And I would go on his panel. I think Zanron went on his panel a few times, but I was on his very last panel ever. I didn't know that at the time, but I just feel sad that he's not around anymore. He had a ghost channel on Facebook, a paranormal page. It had over 160,000 people. There were times where he would get one live stream. We get him 12,000 watch. I mean, you know, it wouldn't take him long to get monetized. And he wanted me monetized. Mrs. Walltown Best on the Twitch. How you doing? Appreciate you popping in the chat. Usually, one of these days, Mr. Tiger Jet's going to have to give me a raid. Probably won't happen, but one of these days, YouTube's like that, Cat. It gets worse and worse. Every time you hit a number like 100, 200, 300, they'll do that. Wait until you hit 1,000. It took me 7 tries for 1,000 to stick. Every time you hit a 00, they will go back and determine who's active and who's not. And if they haven't made a comment on one of your videos, I don't think you have any videos, but if you do have a video and they don't leave a comment, they'll take it away. But I don't know the criteria as much now. If you don't have any videos, they just, I guess, I don't know what it is, but yes, YouTube likes to do that. They, they just like to do that. And I don't know why, but yeah, I guarantee I would have been monetized 50 times over if my friend Murad was still alive. Actually, on my own merit, I was almost monetized, and then my channel got hacked, and I lost my channel for a while, and then I got it back, and I had to start all over with this. I should have made another channel. I kept the channel. I should have made another channel and started over, but I did not want to start over. And then I almost had it a second time. I only needed like 200 more watch hours to get to 4,000. And all my hours dropped for the year, and then I went back to nothing. I practically don't have that much watch hour now. I used to have like 1,200, 1,400. I think now I'm at like 100 or something. They just took them all away. That's what YouTube does. They just take them away. I don't get views anymore. I just don't. I don't get views on videos anymore. I just don't. I just flat out, YouTube just does not recommend my shit anymore. They just don't. And these Grow for Grow channels, which don't do shit, the Grow for Grow channels, they'll follow you. They ain't gonna watch your shit. Most of them won't. Oh, great content. What was it about? They couldn't tell you. They'll follow you, but they'll never come in your lives half the time. That's why Grow for Grow doesn't fucking work. And it's against YouTube's terms of service anyway. But yeah, they'll do anything to keep you from getting any subs. 1, 2, 12. Hell, they had banned the word sub for a while. The algorithm is really funny. It's been broken for years. What phone beeping or something. I don't know. Yes, I know phone. Yes, phone. 17 more minutes, the stream's over. I got you, phone. Thank you for reminding me. Like I care. Yeah, I ain't going more than an hour because I don't have more than an hour in me right now. But, but yeah, it's about what happens with the YouTube universe. But let's see. But yeah, I was on. I grew to 1,500 subscribers in less than 3 months, 4 months, and I think it took me 2 years to get from 15 to 16, 2 more years to get to 16 to 17, and 2 more years to get to 17, 18. Where I'm at now, about 1,840 or something. I don't know. But yeah, they'll always do that. That's just the YouTube way. I call it YouTube sabotage. I made post on it. If you go on the post on my channel, you'll see it from years ago, 4 or 5, whatever, 3 years ago. And YouTube even admit it. They even come out and admit it they do that stuff. So, a lot of the big YouTubers, they actually come in, they were told that happens. So it ain't nothing new. But yeah, anytime you generally get, usually it's when you get a 0-0. 200, 300, 400. 1,000 is the biggie. Because that's the magic number, 1,000. Although when they went to the 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers, they made it a little trickier. So 500 subscribers might be the magic number nowadays that they are trying to not hit. But yeah, happens to me too. It'll say 1.4, 1.3, 1.4, 1. Or 1.43, 1.42, and it goes up, down, up, down. That's why I try to avoid these grow streams. But I went and won the other day because my Who Dat Nation buddy, Mr. Jerry, good friend. Well, I don't know him, but he's a good friend on YouTube. And he gained a bunch of subscribers from this grow channel, which obviously grow channels are bad. Because they don't actually watch your shit. They'll subscribe to you, but as far as watch you, no, they won't. They won't support you. They won't. They want you to go in their stream, but God forbid they'll come in yours. They'll just leave a comment. Oh, great content. Can't wait to see you on a live. And they'll never show up. How do I know this? I have comments going back 5 years on my channels, probably 6 years. I came from so-and-so's channel. Great content. Can't wait to see you in a live stream. And I never saw him again. And I even tell people, look, I tell these people, I say, if you're not going to come in my live streams, if you're not going to watch my content, don't support me. Don't follow me. Hey, Wayne, what's going on? But I always tell them that, But I tell them if I like your channel, I'll follow you back. But and then they get pissy and they go, hey. And it's like, all right, well. It is what it is. Kyle must be bringing me that beer from Canadian land. Oh, I don't really rant about it too much anymore. But oh yeah, sorry I haven't been in your streams lately. I've been working like 12-hour days for the last 2 weeks. Generally, I've been working 7 to 6 or 6 to 6, 7 to 6. And by the time I get home, I'm deadbeat tired. I got off at 6 and it's 8:49. So I'm only doing another 10 minutes and that's about it because I don't have my Cajun's probably napping. But yeah, if you get hit with like 20 stream subs at once, yeah. They'll do that, you know. Yeah, like I said, with my channel, I was growing too fast. Someone hacked me, and that was the end of that. Never recovered from it. Just never did. I should have started a new channel, but nah, not like that. So I'll probably never get monetized. I really don't. I was thinking that I decided to do one because I've only done one live stream in the last 3 weeks. So I mean, YouTube took all my watch hours away. So I mean, I'm never gonna. I will never say never, but you know, I won't. I won't, and that's fine. And before Zanron tells me, oh, and I know he's listening, before he tells me, well, you didn't do this and you did that, I used to stream off of YouTube. I used to go vertical. I used to do this, and that's how you get hacked. I got hacked through YouTube because they hacked through YouTube because when you go through YouTube, if you save all your information on Google, they hack Google. And that's how they used to get you back in the day. And they used to go on everyone's channels. They would go in coin channels and hack you. They go in gambling channels. They would go in random people would go in there and you know, they would do that. So that's you know. Somebody's lighting off fireworks. This ain't the 4th of July, assholes. It's what the hell's today? St. Patrick's Day? I don't know. It's not the firing range because the firing range is in another direction. I don't know. These people in this neighborhood's just funny. I don't get it. I wish I did, but I don't really get it. But I'm pretty sure it ain't the 4th of July. I think we're still in March. I mean, it might as well be 4th of July. It's, you know, well, today the weather, it was cold today, but that's too close to actually be the firing range. And it's too late at night to be that, but yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. I should have put St. Patrick's. I didn't realize it wasn't until just now. I might have to rename my chat St. Patrick's Day because I used to do that a lot, so I may redo that. But probably another reason why I get too lazy on my chats, and that's why we name them chat number. This worked. This worked. Okay. I when I started, you know, hey, thank you, Wayne. I appreciate you, sir. When I first started YouTube, I didn't know anybody. I just started turning on the damn laptop and doing A, B, C, D, and generic people used to pop into my chat. But where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought. Let's see. Anywho. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me eventually. But or maybe it won't. Oh, I know where I was going with this. I used to start my streams off chatting to the people. That was the name of it, chatting to the people. And I just kept numbering it. And I got up to about 127, I think it was, or 137. You know, before I lost the thing and whatever. But you know, so but I would get like two views, 6 views, 8 views. And I started going in a lot of coin community streams. A lot of these people, though, from the coin community that I used to watch aren't on YouTube anymore. They just disappeared. people get burnt out. The ones that are left from the coin community, I don't go in their streams that much because they do auctions and I can't stand being in auction streams. So a lot of people that used to be in my chat, YouTube was never fun. Never was fun. I mean, well, I guess I had fun with it. I started to get a following. I used to get I don't know if Scotty's streaming, so probably not. He hadn't been streaming that much lately. But I used to get everybody from Scotty's chat in here, and I used to have 30, 40 people in my chat. A lot. I would go live about midnight, my time, midnight central, which would be a perfect time for me. And I'd stay on to about 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. Not every time. And then sometimes I go in the afternoon. But I noticed when I went live from about midnight, 1 o'clock, I would get the Insomniacs from the United States. I'd start to get people from England, 7 in the morning. They'd pop in and say, hey, this or that, and then, whatever. And then I'd start to get other people in the chat, and it just, 2, 3 in the morning, I have 30, 40 people in chat. I said, all right, hell yeah, all right, sure. And it took me about a year, maybe 6 months, about a year. But I used to call it chatting to the people. And then somebody recommended, they said, well, I wouldn't name it chatting to the people. You should name it chatting with the people. So I said, yeah, that sounds good. So I went back and labeled, I don't know if I got all of them, but I went back and I labeled a lot of them, playlist. And I think I got up to like 127, 128. And I was doing this chat. And, sorry to hear that, Cat. Sometimes people just disappear off of YouTube. It's just, I don't know. It's crazy. But the night I got hacked, it was like 1:30 in the morning. I had 36 people in my chat. And got hacked. And I couldn't get on my channel for about 6 months. Got the channel back. And that was pretty much the end of that. I mean, a lot of people came back, but a lot of people didn't. So I don't know what happened. Because like YouTube wouldn't give my, they were doing shit with my channel, and I got it back, and I kind of purged it. I think I kind of know who it was, but I kind of don't. But because there were 2 or 3 people who used to come in my chat that would spam the shit out of my chat every night. Because this was before. I never did StreamYards until after that happened. Before that, I was strictly on YouTube. It was me. I turned on my camera. Started to go. And from time to time, I will turn on my camera too. But I'm on my phone. And when I'm on my phone, I don't feel like being on my camera. I don't feel like having the camera on. Which discourages people because people have told me they won't come on my chat because they can't see my face. And I go, you've seen my face 6 years in a row. Why do you need to see it every single time? It's beyond me. But I had a lady say that once. She goes, I can't follow somebody I can't see. And I'm like, I turned on the camera and I said, look at this. And I basically flipped her off. I'm just like, you know what? Nobody's telling you. I hate when people come into people's chats and try to tell them, well, I can't do this unless you do this. I'm like, you know what? And she left. I was like, screw it, don't come in my channel. I said, that's funny. You want to see my face? Okay, it's fine. I should have mooned her. Honestly. But well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there. Maybe you should find somebody that's got their phone number or something, and you know. Yeah, probably should have. No, she seriously comes on my stream and tell me I can't follow somebody, I can't see their face. She goes, bye. Which is funny because I'm like, okay, if you go back to my live streams from 5 years ago, I have my face on so many of my thumbnails are pictures of me. Basically. Even the ones I do now, the thumbnail, which I forgot to put up tonight, is something that my brother did years ago, has me. So, and one person told me they couldn't follow me anymore because I didn't like the football team. I said, no, your football team sucks. And some other bitch used to be in my channel as a mod, and she kept saying something I didn't like, and I kept telling her to stop it. And then she gets pissed at me. And she starts making she went live on YouTube and started bringing all her cronies in my chat. I didn't even know she was live. All her cronies. Why'd you kick so-and-so off the stream? I said, I didn't kick anybody off. She left on her own accord. That was a great night because that night, that one video got me a shitload of watch hours. I almost got monetized from that one video. I should have kept up the stream. It was a 4.5 hour stream. I should have went another hour or two. I used to go live every night. There was a stretch where I went live like 46 nights in a row. I said, fuck it, I'll keep going live. I mean, I was getting 200 views a night, 300 views a night. I should have kept. I don't know how I didn't get monetized. That's the thing. I would check my watch hours, and it would say, oh, you got 3,400 watch hours. Next night, oh, you got 3,500 watch hours. I'm like, how am I not getting monetized? I mean, I had enough. I had enough subscribers. I had enough views. But, oh, yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. Go back to my... Oh, I was getting 300-400 views a live stream. And then I got hacked. And when I got hacked, after I got hacked, everything changed. And then I started over. And I got one video, one live stream got me 3,000 views. 3,000 watch hours. One live stream. I only needed about 200 more watch hours. And I was basically short of begging people, please watch my stuff. Please watch my stuff. Oh, I watched all your videos already. Watch them again. Shit. And, I don't know why these idiots are doing fireworks. Stupid people. I know it ain't the shooting range. There's a shooting range a couple of miles down because I live near a military base, but they don't do drills at 9 o'clock at night. They don't. Hey, one day I'm going to disappear from YouTube and no one's going to give a rat's ass. No one's going to know. That's the thing. Somebody disappears off of YouTube. Do you know if they're dead or alive? I mean, I hope that's not the case in your situation, but you know. Yeah, one day in, you know. Yeah, it's possible. People are crazy. Well, usually when I hear the firing range, it goes the other direction. This is going the direction that way. The firing range is right off the other side. It's off the. It's a military base. It's off the other side of the highway. It's about a mile down the road, probably less than a mile. But I always hear it in the morning. Boom, 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 boom. They shoot the, whatever they do to drills. But yeah, it's probably people getting drunk off their ass. Well, fireworks are good for the 4th of July and New Year's. But, ever since I moved into this neighborhood 2 years ago, they blow off fireworks for any damn event. They'll probably blow off Easter, they'll probably shoot fireworks. I mean, I don't know. But they're probably drunk off their ass. When I was coming home, they had a bunch of people in the street, and I'm like, move out the street. I will run your ass down. I have no fear. Get out the damn way. But I don't know. Maybe one day they'll contact you out of the blue. Hell, I was talking to this girl online. I just, I ain't seen her in like, a year. And then she started talking. Then she come back online and started talking to me again. You know. Oh, man. It just happens that way. Oh, hell, I already went past my hour mark, but that's okay. I'll go another few minutes, I guess. I haven't really. I got a lot of watch time. I mean, I got a lot of. I got a lot of hours. You get 20 hours on StreamYards. I've only done like an hour and a half or something, so I got a lot. Not like last month when I kept doing 3 and 4 hours long, but I don't know what's wrong with people any day. I don't know if custom screen. I'm not custom screens right there. That's Wayne. Um, Southern Coin Hunter, aka Van. He's trying to get monetized. He needs watch hours. I don't know how far he's from. I think he's pretty close. I think he needs about another 500 or 1,000 or something. I told him, you'll get monetized before I will. I promise you. Yeah, I'm sure he will. Hope he does, but you never know. People are funny sometimes. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I go there when I can. Hey, found that 1897 Liberty nickel, V nickel. So I don't know if he's streaming tonight. He usually streams. He's been kind of streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I don't know if it sucks. I couldn't tell you if it sucks. I've never been monetized and probably never will be. So but yeah. Stacks and stuff told me that 3-4 years ago. He's just like, pfft. He got monetized. He was pushing to get monetized, pushing. Then he realized, you know what? I did all this shit. He goes, He just stopped streaming. He's just like, fuck it. He went into the witness protection program. He moved from California to the middle of the desert, bought a trailer in Arizona, and you don't see from him. You don't hear from him anymore. He doesn't respond to anybody. I think once in a blue moon he'll do a live stream, but he's just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. But back in the day, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this push," and a lot of YouTubers are like that. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this push. Monetization is great," and they realize, that's why Cajun don't stream that much anymore. He don't even turn the monetization on. He's just like, I mean, Cajun was actually thinking of getting off of YouTube altogether. And I'm like, nah, don't do that. Nah, we need the Cooking with Cajun program. Yeah, I would have been monetized twice. Twice I can't. If Murad would have been alive, I guarantee I would have been monetized. I probably would have had over 100,000 subscribers by now. But crazy thing about that, I've had 6 of my biggest supporters pass away within a 2-year period. 3 of them within 3 weeks. But yeah, I didn't realize it at the time, but I was on Murad's last panel. And he's like, I got a cold. This is in the middle of it. This is right before the Hong Kong Phooey started. And, before anything we really figured it. I think it was maybe in the beginning stages. I don't know. But we were on stream and he's like, yeah, I'm not feeling good. I think I have a cold. We were just on stream and I was on his panel and it was not only his last ever panel, it was his last ever live stream. Think about that for a minute. And at the time, I think I needed 400 or 500 watch hours. He's like, hey, I'll go follow Field Guy, let's go get him monetized. And he goes, the next stream, this is funny. Well, not funny, but he says, you should have been in my streams 5-6 years ago. I would have had 40 people in my chat. The chat went by so fast I couldn't keep up with it. Now I can read every comment. The highest I had in a chat, not on this channel, on my Saints YouTube, which I haven't done anything in about 2 years. Because I have to get Rob to go on there and type something so they don't delete it. But I remember I had about 400 or 500 people on a live stream once. It was Saints right after the Saints game, and I had about 400 or 500 people. But I only had like 100, 200 subscribers, so it's not like I had a lot of stuff on there. But hell. But let's see. Oh yeah, my chat used to move pretty damn. Yeah, I ain't going much longer. I'm falling asleep at the wheel now. Yeah, YouTube used to be whatever, but anyway, Murad passed away. He had the Hong Kong Phooey, and that stopped that. But his last chat, he was trying to get me monetized, and I even said, nah, I don't care. He goes, nah, we're getting you monetized. Screw that. And he goes, the next stream I do, he goes, the next live stream you do, I'm coming on your panel. Well, he used to come on there anyway. He goes, I'm coming on your panel, and we'll do like 24 hours. We ain't gonna stop until you get monetized. And I'm like, it ain't gonna happen. He goes, I'm gonna get all the people on my channel to come on your channel. I don't care if they're 2 minutes, but and then I didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks, and I had his email, and I'm just like, nobody heard from him for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I guess somebody found him keeled over somewhere. I don't know. And then somebody did a live stream on YouTube and said, I appreciate you, Wayne. But somebody did a live stream on YouTube and said, rest in peace, Murad. And I said, what? What the? And it wasn't even anybody I followed. It happened to just pop up in my YouTube feed. And I'm like, no. And then I saw another one where it said the same thing. And I'm like, what the hell? And his brother posted something on Facebook to somebody that followed Murad, that Murad did this, and then, But yeah, I'm gonna get some rest in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off because I've been working 11 hours straight every day. I got off 2.5 hours ago, and I'm already tired because I got to get up at 6 in the morning. So, but Murad passed away. And then Miss Amy passed away, and she used to come in my chat all the time. That was Jeep and John's lady friend, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, well, I'm sure I will. But and then let's see, I had a few others pass away, and then 2 years ago, Archaeology Mikey passed away. And he was a supporter of mine. He never donated, but he was in every single one of my chats. Every single one. Never missed a chat. He was going to college he was actually going to college to become, I think, an archaeologist or something to that degree. And he passed away in his sleep, 22 years old. He would travel from Florida to Maryland. But Archaeology Mikey would come in the chat and he would say, hey there, I ate homemade fries, hamburger, and milkshake today for lunch, for dinner. And whatever he ate, that's what he posted in chat. That was his hello. And he had a channel, but he did stream from time to time. I don't think he did live streams, but he had a lot of videos on his chat. And he was only 22. And I remember when Texas Joe was an old man. He was like in his 70s or 80s. He used to come on every one of my chat. He passed away. I think he had a heart attack. But it's crazy, crazy stuff. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this sucker up because co-workers probably. Co-worker. I can't even think straight. Co-host. My co-host is taking a nap probably, so I'll probably do a stream tomorrow. I'm definitely doing a stream Thursday. Unless my co-host does a stream tomorrow, then we're gonna catch it. But yeah, everybody go follow Southern Corn Hunter if you haven't followed him already. And he always says, keep checking that change. I say, keep giving me some change. But it is what it is. So I appreciate you, Kat, Wayne. Senor was here after a while. Rob. Kyle was here. I put Kyle to sleep. Kyle drank too many beers and went to sleep. I think that's about it. All the lurkers in the background that didn't say anything. Sure, yeah, you count too, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, that's the reason why I'm not in Zanron stream, because I get up way early in the morning. Now, if he did his live stream at 6 in the morning, hey, I'd be there for a half an hour. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Probably see y'all tomorrow. So My phone's gonna go a little bit wonky, so y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all